I think what people don't really understand, normal people who don't, have experiences with these type of things, is that me personally, I had no idea what was going on. It's not like I became angry at something or that something had really happened to me that was emotionally devastating. It was just like I lost touch with reality. I had been a normal kid, happy-go-lucky. My friends would poke fun at me because I was always smiling and always making jokes, and I was the most upbeat. And then in a matter of days, like my mom said, everything became sort of. It felt like the reality that I had known was distant, and I couldn't communicate. I was at that point hearing voices.
You were?
Yes, mainly in music. I don't know how to explain it, but the song lyrics would change, and they would say hateful things, racist things, homophobic things. They would tell me to harm people. They would talk about harming people. And I really didn't know how to vocalize it because I think any rational person would be like, "You're making this up. This isn't true, Andrew." It's sort of like the boy who cried wolf. So I figured I wouldn't cry because no one was going to come for me.
So did anybody ever come up with a diagnosis here?
At that point, it was determined that Andrew had psychosis, otherwise unspecified. And that was in June of 2008. And he was in the hospital for about 5 days. Then he came home and he was better after receiving some medication, and he was seen by a psychiatrist for several months. And then he went off his medication after about 6 months, and about 3 months later, without any other form of treatment, no more visits to the psychiatrist, no more talk therapy, he had his second psychotic break.
So eventually, Andrew, did they tell you what you had, what you were suffering from?
Yeah, my family and I met with a psychiatrist at UCSF, and after one meeting, probably 30-minute meeting, he decided that I had schizophrenia, and I didn't feel very good about this diagnosis because undisclosed psychosis it sounded 10 times better than schizophrenia. When I thought of schizophrenia, I thought of teenagers, beating up people and, breaking laws and acting like hooligans in a way, out of control. And that certainly wasn't me. I was never physically aggressive, sometimes frustrated, but I never hurt anyone in my experiences with psychosis.
Or otherwise.
Yeah.
But you said that when you were hearing voices, especially in this song, they were
Yeah.
kind of urging you on to some sort of physical something.
But my parents brought me up well, and I knew that this is something that's totally unacceptable in society to hurt anyone. And so I resisted these messages that I thought were being sent to me. And I'm glad that I was able to persist and to avoid any physical altercation.